Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Monica Buyu and my channel name is Monica Beyond Cancer. It's always a pleasure to be here with you by the grace of God, to, that we come and gather here as you watch me narrate my journey of prayer, faith and healing. On this channel, you will be able to pick up a few points here and there, points on inspiration, points on diet, and even some remedies for certain issues that we may come across. Let us celebrate every day the gift of life. Let us celebrate the fact that you can breathe in and out without any assistance. Many of us take it for granted, but it is something that we should always be grateful for. So welcome once again, and let's walk the journey together. In my last episode, I was talking about management of my pain and the kind of medication that I was getting. Today I'm going to tell you about two very uncomfortable situations that I found myself in when I was hospitalized. The two situations were constipation and Bedrash. Let's start with the constipation part of it. After surgery, especially with the full anesthesia, it is normal for bowel movement to take long to return back to normal. It could be between 1 day up to 5 days. And this also depends on the kind of medication that was used during anesthesia and also for pain management. In my case, a lot of opioid-based medication was used, and so it took so long for me to pass any stool. In fact, I was taking plenty of water and eating 3 meals a day, but I would even pass gas, but my stool was not getting back to normal. In fact, at some stage I was getting now very concerned and worried because my belly was feeling bloated, and even if I tried to poke my belly with my fingers, it felt so hard. It felt hard like a pumpkin. This caused me a lot of concern to me. And remember, all along, while I'm going through all these issues, I did not forget my God. In fact, if there's a time that I really prayed constantly, non-stop, was when I was in hospital. All my thoughts, everything was prayer, 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 prayer throughout. It was prayer that God may ease my pain, prayer that He may heal me, prayer that He may release me from the discomfort I was going through. Now on the 8th day, my doctor now decided to administer now medical interventions, because now the natural way, even eating lots of fruits and vegetables, was not working. And they began by giving me oral medications just to ease my systems. It it still wasn't working. After that, again, it was a combination of the induced enema. The enema yielded very little results, and it was now enema and in combination with the oral medication, but still no result. And now we were on day 9, and I was so worried I even stopped eating now because I was wondering, where is this food going? My belly is already feeling so heavy. It is so hard. It's like a pumpkin. I poke it and there's no movement. It's just there. So I actually was just drinking, taking liquids and not eating anything. I would try pawpaws, lots of pawpaws and pineapple and watermelon, but nothing was doing. It was only until my sister Susan sent someone, because she was not available that day, to come and see me in hospital. So she sent a friend to prepare for me a traditional, an indigenous vegetable. Here in Kenya, we call it murenda. The English language is jute melon. It is a kind of slimy vegetable. In fact, even women in the western part of Kenya are advised to eat a lot of that, so to make it easy for labor, and they will have an easy and safe delivery of their babies. But I was already so scared by that time of taking anything. So the instructions were that even if I don't eat the jute melon, I should drink at least the glass of thorn melon mix that she had prepared for me. So it was a mix of thorn melon and honey and garlic. You know, thorn melon is just a bland taste. Actually, it has no taste; it's just there. So at least to encourage me to take it, it was mixed with the lemon, with honey and garlic. And I was told, at least if I'm not going to take anything, just to make sure I down that glass of thorn melon. So I took the thorn melon reluctantly, and I just prayed and hoped at least it will work. Because I was actually imagining myself in a situation whereby was this stomach just going one day to just explode, boof, or what was going to happen to me. So I downed the glass of the thorn melon, but I declined the jute melon, but I still kept it with me just in case I needed it again. So occasionally I would just take a spoonful of the jute melon and just relax. After some hours, I finally felt like the urge to make my long call. And I told the nurses, I think if this is it now, you better line up the bed so well, maybe put double square pads on the bed, because for sure with all that constipation, it was going to be a big mess. And sure enough, when it started coming, oh my goodness, it was what I would equate to a baby elephant's dung pile. My, it was a lot. And that was just the first round. It was a lot. So when I went the first round, they came, cleaned me up, and put a fresh set of linen and square pads, double square pads. Again, after about 6 hours, without any other medication, that was now the thorn melon doing its work. Again, I went again for the second time, and again it was just another huge pile. Oh my goodness. And now relief started coming. Again, they cleaned up, and I got a new set again of square pads. I'll tell you later why now I was using square pads and not diapers. So again, for the third time, I cleared my stomach once again. And there were just mountains and mountains. Even when I thought we are done with it, it would still keep coming until now finally my belly was cleared. Even the bloating was gone. The stomach that was feeling as big and round like a pumpkin was gone. And it was now back to its normal size. And to me, it was quite a celebration and a lot of relief to the medical team, because I don't know what was going to happen after that. If that didn't happen, that I was not able to empty my bowels, I don't know what was going to happen to me. But all along, the God that I prayed to was in control of everything. I'm sure he's the one who even advised my sister to try the thorn melon. So once we were done with the issue of constipation, on the side, I was dealing with two things at the same time. So you can imagine what kind of state I was in. I had been in that bed, I had been lying on that bed for 20 days now, or 20 plus days, just lying in a supine position. By supine position, I mean that I was lying on my back with my face facing upward. And because of my broken limbs, and they were bandaged, I could not even lift up my feet or my knees just to bend them, at least get off some weight from my butt. Sorry to be using those words, but that is what it was. I think that's the best way I can describe it. So I was just lying in that position, and being in that position, an immobile position, there was a lot of sweat, there was a lot of pressure on my butt, and yeah, that was really it cost me a lot of disadvantage. Also, in that immobility situation, also is the reason why I was also seriously constipated, because at least I could not even stand, so that at least everything in my system also would be kind of pushed downwards. It was not being pushed down, it was just, everything was just there lying in my belly. So also now with that position of mine, the supine position, I developed serious bed rashes. They were so painful. Sometimes they would feel like they're stinging, like stinging. Sometimes it would feel like burns. I can't describe it. At some stage, now even my skin was coming off and, threatening to look like sores. And the area would be cleaned up twice a day, cleaned up, and medication would be applied to heal. But however much we tried, just the fact that I was still lying in the same position was not helping much. So for me, even lying in that supine position, the best I would do is I would only turn up to my chest, to the right side, or to my right side, or somehow my chest to the left side. But from waist down, there's nothing much I could do about it because I was immobilized. And that was not helpful with the bed rush. Hey, but God is God, and it remains to be God. No matter what the situation is, He remains to be the healer. He remains to be the creator of the universe. He remains to be the King of Kings. Nothing is hard for God. So that's all I have for you for today. Kindly watch my videos up to the end, please. Kindly watch my videos up to the end. Tap on that notification bell to receive a new video every time I upload a new one. Bye for now, and see you again soon.